It is Jason Abraham, the Shadow Teacher. And a couple of days ago, there was this beautiful ion storm that I captured a little bit on film, and a dimensional portal opening. And I believe the date of this happening was July 18th, 2021. And I got to be part of it. And many people, when they see something like that, they would just attribute it to weather phenom. But once one has actually experienced another dimension, actually experienced intelligence coming through from another dimension, then you never see the world the same. And I know every time I talk about this stuff, when I'm talking about interdimensional beings and intelligence and energy coming through, there's always going to be someone who doesn't want me to talk about it, whether it be from their own fear and prejudice, from the belief systems that have taught them that this stuff is evil and is of the devil, or there are those who know it's real and it's powerful and don't want me to talk about it because they understand the true power of a human being starting to wake up and access the energy from these other dimensional realms. And then there's a third camp that just think this is nonsense because science doesn't say it's so. And I simply just share my perspective on this channel. This channel is about my hero's journey. It's about my fascination with human potential and my personal journey from the fool to the alchemist or the magician. Maybe might even make it to the king in this lifetime. We'll see. But that's all. So if anybody gets offended, they get afraid, it's okay. Your opinion is always welcome here. I may not acknowledge it, but you're welcome to chime in. But back to the phenom of a portal opening. When you have these ion storms in the sky, we had these black clouds that just hovered over the world, over where I lived. And those black clouds hovered there for over an hour, yet no rain came out. And eventually, a part that I didn't share with you was the lightning. There was this magic lightning that shot across the clouds, and then you'd see these little portals open up where lightning would come through. And the electric atmosphere I could feel inside of me. There's a tingling throughout my whole body. There was an alertness, an aliveness, and all of this magic in the atmosphere I could feel reflected in my own body, and I was connecting to it. And again, when we're dealing with other dimensions opening up and intelligence from other dimensions, we're taught to communicate very literally in our world, in our third dimension. We're taught to use words to express ourselves, or visuals, using sign language and symbols. But beings from other dimensions don't necessarily communicate the same way, but we have the potential to communicate with them if one is tapped into your psychic senses and has developed a connection and awareness with the psychic potential in your being. And what I would say to anyone who's interested in this just simply starts by noticing physical shifts in your body, being able to know your baseline physical state, and then take that awareness when you go into different spaces. Notice how different phenomena in your everyday environment affect that shift. Like for me, I will feel it in my body. I feel people's energy in my body. I feel threatening energy from others. I feel chaotic energy from others. I feel loving, welcoming energy from others. And again, it's called subtle because it's not something that's over the top. So many people are expecting to see these over the top aliens show up with bright lights and theatrics, and when you see that, honestly, I'd be super skeptical of seeing something like that. Even though the first time I did see a UFO and had contact, it was pretty over the top. It was, I saw orange orbs in the sky that showed up and disappeared and flashed. It was pretty something you couldn't ignore. But everything after that was subtle, and the contact was very subtle. So this is my understanding of how dimensional energies work. They work in the subtle realm. They work through our subtle body, our subtle energy. And again, if you're someone interested in this, this all simply starts by observing yourself and your state, your awareness of oneself. If one is always in a chaotic state and is never aware of who and what they are, then they're never going to notice the magic that is always at play in the world we live in. And they definitely are not going to notice the magic when a world from beyond starts to cross over and something from that crosses over, or vice versa. So we had an opportunity for some real magic a couple of days ago, and I played my part in that, and I took that opportunity. And with that being said, I'm going to end this video. Hopefully this video gives you something to think about, something to wonder about, something to be confused about. It's all good. If you ask the right questions, eventually you're led down the path that you need to be on. And maybe we'll be on that path together, and I'll see you on the other side. Be well, my friends.